Hello, welcome to my channel. My last video we were looking into the disappearance of Chet Hanson, and he went missing from Mount Rainier National Park. And I wanted you to see this website. This is truesleuth.com, and this would be a good place you can log in and register. And I wanted you to see this page that they have on him because it's such a good page, and it gives a description of him and it talks about this case, but I want you to see what it has. It talks about him being a strong hiker. He went into the back country to photograph a lake he'd been to many times. He was carrying a large camera and tripod, which was heavy, and he was used to carrying them, and it doesn't make sense that he got lost. He'd been to this area many times. He knew the area well. It doesn't make any sense that he was brought down by illness. He was young and strong. He had to be in great shape to hike the region with a camera and gear weighing in excess of 35 pounds. When people are lost in the wild and start to become weak and tired, they start to drop items and leave bags behind. Nothing of substantial value was found belonging to Chet. The fact that the items were not found, he says, is not a good sign. Bloodhounds and canines could not locate Chet. Cadaver dogs could not locate Chet. The odor of a body as it disintegrates is something that travels for several miles. It's a very identifiable odor, it says. This was not found. The region around Mount Rainier is where many people have vanished over the last century, and they say they doubt that Chet Hanson will ever be found. And then they have these incident reports, which I thought were just excellent, that I wanted to zoom in so you could see it. And this one says, Wednesday, 11/12/97, at approximately 11 p.m., Ranger John Madden was informed that Mr. Chet Hanson was overdue from a hike and possibly in the park. A search of the park roads revealed Mr. Hanson's vehicle at Deer Creek Trailhead on Highway 123. He was reported to be photographing scenery with a large format camera, lightly equipped, and an experienced cross-country hiker. Hasty search teams were dispatched at 3 a.m. 11:13. An extensive ground and air search and associated investigation was conducted for the next 4 days until the evening of Sunday, 11/16/97. These efforts are documented in the attached report. Mr. Hanson was not found. Follow-up investigation and searching will continue as staffing allows. Cooperating organizations such as Mountain Rescue Council, German Shepherd Search Dogs, Northwest Bloodhounds, and Explorer Search and Rescue have been encouraged to conduct training exercises in the search area to further the search efforts. These efforts will be continued to the extent possible until Mr. Hanson is found. So then it goes on. This one says that approximately 0200 hours 11:20. I received a phone call from Paradise Area Ranger John Madden regarding a report overdue hiker. John reported that Mr. Chet Hanson was reportedly overdue by the Wilkeson PD, and friends and relatives were on scene at the Deer Creek Trailhead getting ready to search for him. I called the ranger station and directed him to meet searchers at the trailhead and detain them from going into the woods in pitch dark. Calls were made to staff center. Okay, let's see, for additional resources. At 0230 hours 7:55 was on scene with friends and family of Chet Hanson. Advised me that groups of searchers were going into the woods to search for him. Was directed to strongly encourage the searchers to wait for daylight and additional MPS personnel to arrive. Several teams went into the Kotsuk Creek and Chinook Creek drainages to search. I arrived on the scene at 0300 hours and assumed the IC position for this incident. I requested that additional resources be dispatched to the trailhead. Comm Center dispatched. It talks about the different people to the trailhead to lead the hasty teams into the area. Also checked on availability of aircraft and search dogs to assist in the search. While on scene of the trailhead, I persuaded a greater portion of the volunteer searchers to wait for better lighting conditions and MPS personnel to arrive. Okay, then it talks about more. They arrived 4 to 5 volunteers to a team and sent team. So they dispatched the teams and they split them up and they gave them assignments and they went out looking for them. But you can pause this and read it because I think this was excellent and I wanted you to see this. So, and this gentleman, he said he restated his appreciation of our efforts on the search and said he would be coming into the park as often as possible to hike the trails to look for clues and to be in the area that he and his son visited often. I told him to let us know if there is anything we can assist with and that pass may be closing soon. He said he will be snowshoeing into the area if he has to. I responded, if I can assist with access for you in the winter, let me know. Mr. Hanson also offered to review his son's large format prints and would like to present an appropriate one to the park for our extensive efforts and would like to see the print displayed somewhere in the park. I said I'm sure we could work out an arrangement. So they're searching the park continually and they had all these searchers looking, and it talks about the different places they looked. They glassed all pools, the falls, and in between observed no tracks, broken branches, or anything that might indicate where a fall might have even occurred. So they couldn't find anything. And this goes on, and it talks about this search. And this one I've zoomed in, but I don't know if you'll be able to read it, but maybe. So they continued the search for 4 days, and they have this paperwork showing that they did that. So they couldn't find him. They found negatives in the vehicle, and they were developed and printed. 2 were black, and the other 2 were exposed. What? But it talks about where they were taken from, and the shadows. It appears both were taken early in the morning. So that means they believe that he arrived in the early morning hours. So, and it just gives you more information. So, and that's the end of it. And I just wanted you to see that because here they are. They've been looking for him, and they just couldn't find him. And then the search didn't stop there because he was from that area. He was familiar with the area, and they kept sending dogs out to do training exercises, and then I believe that was his father that continued to search for him in that area, but there was no sign of him found. And it makes me feel like something happened to him that may have not have been, it makes me feel like somebody did something to him. That's what it makes me feel like. But what are your thoughts? What are your opinions? And please feel free to leave comments and let me know what your thoughts are. And thank you for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye-bye.